Healthwise Enterprise, the health food store at 3807 East 8 Mile Road. I guess you just heard that. And phone number being 313-366-DIET. And then the other one is 586-757-DIET. And we're there to service you 6 days a week from 10 to 6:30. Okay. Today I'd like to share information with you that hopefully be empowering about the importance of enzymes. And we get it in our raw foods, raw fruits and vegetables. And it's so important, even to the point of fighting cancer, okay, and a whole host of other different diseases. And as you can see here on the display, there's different strengths of enzymes. And with some situations where people have their gallbladder taken out or the problems with the thyroid gland, those people have to take enzymes with every meal. It's advised, I should say, from the authorities, because the enzymes help you digest your foods, your proteins, your carbohydrates, your fats, fibers, and milks, and it's important to have that with every meal. And if you take the enzymes on the empty stomach, particularly these here that Wayne had put together, called the Artisans Plus, they will eat up the parasites' eggs before they get a chance to hatch and cause diseases in the future. And so he was advising people to take 10, on an empty stomach. And then they work on eating up not only just the parasites, but pathogens, which is the parasites, the fungus, bacteria, viruses, mold, yeast, all those are like microscopic bugs. And the enzymes eat those eggs up before they get a chance to hatch and cause diseases in the future. And so he recommended 10. And if we get into this report from Dr. McCullough, the importance of enzymes for health, longevity, and chronic disease prevention is really, really key and important to get those in. Even the honey, which is, made by bees, but is loaded with enzymes, okay? And like I say, it's a food source, but there are other food sources too. Like I say, to help, because I'm heavy into prevention, rather than get a disease and then trying to get rid of it. As people get older in this country, they have a tendency to get diseases. And since we know that, well, what do you take to when you get the disease? Well, I choose to take those right now, since we are surrounded with toxins in the air, the water, and the food, and then people even hurting themselves even more when they're breathing in carbon dioxide when they have those masks on, and because you're not designed to breathe in carbon dioxide. And one of the key elements you need to fight off all kinds of diseases is oxygen. And when you put the mask on, you limiting your ability to get oxygen into your system. I was so happy yesterday to see this nursery had all these kids running around playing, like I said, it's a nursery school, and that's interesting. But enzymes are catalysts that accelerate biochemical reactions in your body. Good morning, everybody. This is Mikael from Healthwise Enterprise. The health food store is located at 3807 East 8 Mile Road, about 3 blocks west of Ryan, between Ryan and DeQuinta. We're there to service you 6 days a week from 10 to 6:30. And you can give us a call directly at the store at 586-757-DIET. Again, that's 586-757-3438, which is DIET. Our old number still works, 313-366-DIET. And if you want to reach me now directly, you can just send me a text, please, at 313-600-8532. Yeah, coronavirus, we hear so much of it and stuff. This guy that I saw, somebody sent me on, who was that, Messenger? Would love to play it for you, but I didn't get here in time enough to set it all up. But I don't know if you can hear it through the microphone. Uh, he he breaks it down, and you won't be able to see him, but hopefully you'll be able to hear him. Um, if not,
What we're actually seeing is
here we
the
go.
systematic implementation of the fall of the republic and the rise of the corporation in the United States.
Uh,
Every major
that's not
event is a
that's not
step
loud
in
enough.
order to achieve that end.
So I'm
One is just another rung in the ladder, which is why there's a deliberate mixing of all the wordplay.
but he just breaks down the coronavirus like real simple. Like I had, I really like the way he does it. I mean, you know, they have said it was a really one of his lines that I like. He said it was a really pandemic. While as none of the United States government workers are laid off, they all working at the post office and all the other government offices. They all working. I'm thank God, but I don't know how true that is and stuff. But anyway, I want to switch gears a little bit from the coronavirus. There's always going to be pros and cons dealing with that whole scenario. So, what I'd like to share with you today is about eyesight health, prevention, and ran across this. Of course, my favorite doctor on the website is McCullough, who's being attacked for telling the truth. That's a crazy thing. It's one thing I don't like about this pandemic is how they censoring opposing points of view. Okay, and they definitely are now attacking him. But in his website, eyesight can help keep your brain in shape. Yes, I've never saw those two put together, but it's a university study did. A university did the study and talk about eyesight can help keep your brain in shape. And this, of course, came out a couple years ago, but the information is still very, very good. As your vision worsens with age, so too may your cognitive abilities. Research shows visual impairment at a distance is associated with declining cognitive functions over time. People who have worse vision when the 8-year study began also had lower scores on tests of cognitive functions. It could be that poor vision makes it harder for people to engage in activities known to stimulate the brain, like knitting, crossword puzzle, or socializing with others. It's also possible that vision changes could alter your brain at structural levels. Both worsening vision and cognitive functions are common among elderly people, but you have the ability to take control of your health so your eyes and your mind stay clear and functioning optimal. You have that ability. One of the main things that I like to use, I would demonstrate, is the silver water spray. You just spray directly into your eyes. At least that's what I do every day. And the guy who taught me this, Wayne Rowland, and he had got cancer. It gave him 2 years to live, and he lived over 42 years. And he used to tell us that all cold starts in the eyes. And silver water kills pathogens, which is the parasites, the fungus, bacteria, viruses, mold, and yeast. And he also told us to, which may not be talking about vision, but spread up the nose, he says, because, excuse me, then you breathe in deeply. And if you want to go even deeper, then you close one nostril because you want to get it deeper into your throat, esophagus, lungs, because we hear over and over again this virus likes to grow in the lungs. And so by taking the silver water and spraying it in your nose and drinking 48 ounces every day, you're getting it deeper in on the cellular level. But as far as the vision, I used to wear glasses from time I was probably, say, teenager up until about 35. So must have worn about 20 years. And then my coaches was telling me, health coaches, if I wanted to improve my vision, because I never liked the glasses, and every year I go, every time I go get an examination, I got to get a stronger pair. And he said, if you want to improve your vision, you got to clean up your health. And if you look on your colon chart, over here where the ascending colon is, on the right-hand side going up, there's an area over there pertaining to your vision. And they say that 98% of all diseases originate in the colon. So that's one of the steps, is cleaning out that area, okay, in your colon. And that's one of the hardest areas to get to as far as doing enemas and colonics, because your colon is about 5 or 6 feet long. Well, going through the anus over to that area for the pertaining to the eyes on a colon chart, that's going to be about 4 or 5 feet to get to it. And if your colon, like most people in America's colon is all twisted it, knotted it, okay, from the standard American diet, then it's going to take some time to get to that area. But I was willing to do it, okay? And they told me, you got to stop wearing the glasses. I said, well, I need to drive, okay? And because I could read up close, what they call nearsighted, but it was the distances that was giving me the challenge. And so we ran across this pinhole glasses, which we sell at Healthwise, but they all gone. I rushed over there to get to them today, but we don't have any. So I'm ordering some when we get off the set today, because they really, really, really help improve my vision. And they just, like to say, pinhole glasses. It looks like regular glasses, except for they have a lot of little bitty holes in it. This holes, and it's been proven. Everybody that's come to Healthwise and put these glasses on over the years, we don't do that now because of this planned pandemic, but over the years, people come in, put the glasses on, and everybody, no matter whether they were nearsighted or farsighted, they could see through these pinhole glasses. From studying, we found out that the Native Americans, what they call Indians, they had this technique they used to teach their children. They would take their finger and put it up into a little bitty knot like that and look through it like one pinhole. And when people did that, they could read, okay? They having a hard time reading, or they could see far away. They was having a hard time doing that. And they would teach their children to see 2 miles away using just that little technique there. So pinholes pinhole glasses go way back, but they work and they help me. So, and then because I had to sit, I put out this quest to, not have to wear glasses. I ran across this old article. I don't know how good you can see it, but it's called I Exercise. and you stop by Healthwise, we'll give you one of these. Okay, and it's these different spots you can take, like your thumb, okay, knuckle, and it's these spots right here above the eye, and right here next to the eye, and here below the eye, and they have basically it's four spots above the eye and four spots below the eye that you would take your thumb knuckle and just exercise and then rotate that area. Not a whole lot of pressure, just rotate that area. And that was one technique. Another one that I learned is cupping. You would take your hands, cover up your eye, and cover up so much that if you open up your eye, it's complete darkness. That would bring any nourishment you have in your body, okay, like the vision optimizer, nutrients that's in the stabilized greens. Those nourishments you would bring into the eye area because of the heat from your hands and stimulate blood circulation. So that was another technique that I used. And so the cleaning of the colon, the eye exercise, and the cupping, and the pinhole glasses, all those steps started improving my vision. But I was still having tough time at night reading the addresses because I was making deliveries on people's houses. And lo and behold, because this is all in the 80s for me, um, Wayne Rowland came in my life with this silver water. And he started saying, spray it in your eyes. It improve your vision. I said, yeah, well, okay. I started doing that. After about a month, I could start seeing the addresses on people's homes at night. And it said, do not drive with the pinhole glasses. Well, I was wearing them so much that I could drive with them, but I don't recommend that to nobody because your vision is really impaired, so it's not designed for driving. And you driving doing 20, 30, 40, 50 miles an hour, you want all your vision. And so, but I got good wearing the pinhole glasses. But when I started spraying my eyes with the silver water, that took it to the next level. And the vision just came clear. I was quite amazed, even myself. Okay, I didn't know it would do that, but it has. And I'm 70, and in front of me is these numbers. I can read all those numbers and names, and you're watching WHPR, all of that, Detroit Highland Park, all of that. And I pass a vision test every year that I have to go get new license. It's really remarkable. But I never stopped. We find that this from Jaro, they have this excellent solution called Vision Optimizers, but every vitamin or mineral or herb that I've ever ran across that help improve the vision, like eyebright and bilberry, those different herbs, and of course we hear about carrot juice and vitamin A. So all of those we found that was in the Vision Optimizer. Okay, and people start taking this. Matter of fact, I had to run to the store and get this last bottle that's on the shelf. I'll take it back after the show and order some more of these. Also, I put it like this: people reported back to us that it has worked, and they get mad at us when we run out. So hopefully, we can get some in soon. But it's a month. Excuse me, it's a month supply, but it's providing improvements based on the testimonies that we have experienced from other people. Okay, so now if I can get to Dr. McCullough's article, it is said that your eyes are the windows of your soul. but they may also provide a unique window to your brain. As your vision worsens with age, so too may your cognitive abilities, according to research published by JAMA, Jama. By the age of 65, one in three people, 1 in 3 people have some type of eye disease that reduces vision. In the United States, about 70 million Americans will be 65 or over by the year 2030. While it is not a given that your eyesight will decline as you get older, a healthy lifestyle can keep your eyesight sharp well into old age. It's important to understand that changes in visions may correlate with changes in your brain, either as an indirect consequence of changing your behaviors to accommodate them or due to an as yet undiscovered biological component. As it stands, both worsening vision and cognitive functions are common among elderly people, but you have the ability to take control of your health so your eyes and your mind stay clear and functioning optimally. It reminds me of what we use with the noni juice. The original noni juice, if I remember one technique folks was using, they would take the noni juice and shake it up and then put some on a cotton ball and put it directly on their eyes and then put a bandatic on it and maybe kept it on for a couple hours. Some people may even slept with it on. That was one technique they used with the noni. Another one, they would take a noni and strain it through a strainer and dilute it with 3 parts of water and use it as an eye drop. Okay, because it was this book about 101 ways of using it. And those are some of the ways that they got from the natives in Tahiti, because those are some of the techniques that they use to improve vision. Okay. Seemed like it was the third one with the noni, but besides drinking it. It was just another technique. So it's multiple ways of improving the vision. And with the noni, it also improved the cognitive function. I should say, we had the folks that had who swears by the noni is keeping their mind sharp, and they pass what you call it, one of the real estate tests to become a realtor and become a broker. Okay, which on the first try. Okay, using that noni for the brain. Visual impairment is associated with worse cognitive functions. Researchers from the University of Maine Miller School of Medicine followed 2,520 Americans for 8 years. Their vision and cognitive status were tested at the start of the study and again 4 times throughout the 8 years. Significant association was found between the two. For example, those who had worsening visions when the study began had lower scores on tests of cognitive functions. On average, the participants' visions declined enough that they lost the ability to read one line on the eye chart, and visual impairment at a distance was found to be associated with decline in cognitive functioning over time. The study authors noted, quote, worsening visions in older adults may be adversely associated with future cognitive functions. Maintaining good vision may be an important intervention strategy for mitigating eye-related cognitive decline. As for why worsening visions may lead to worsening brain function, it could be that poor visions makes it harder for people to engage in activities known to stimulate the brain, like knitting, crossword puzzles, or socializing with others. Socializing with others have an effect on your vision and has an effect on your cognitive abilities. And we'll be under this planned pandemic where they tell us not to socialize. It's an affecting people's vision. Wow. Of course, that's not in the words here. It's also possible that vision change could alter the brain as a structural level, although this needs to be further explored. The study adds more support to previous research also linked to poor vision with poor cognition. In an analysis of two U.S. data set comprised of nearly 3,000 people aged 60 and older, vision dysfunction at a distance was associated with poor cognitive functions. Losing your other senses, including your hearing, may also serve as a bellwether for cognitive decline. In the study of nearly 2,000 elderly adults, individuals with hearing loss had 24% increased risk of cognitive impairment compared to those with normal hearing, and their cognitive function declined by up to 40% faster. In this case, a causal link is suspected, perhaps because hearing loss is known to affect neural systems, including those necessary for speech compensation, which involves both work memory and information processing speed. Visions may increase your risk of dementia, including Alzheimer's. People with poor visions have been found to have a 63% greater risk of developing dementia. Leaving poor vision untreated appears to be particularly damaging. In research published in the American Journal of Epidemiology, those with poor visions who did not visit an eye doctor had a 9.5-fold increased risk of Alzheimer's disease and a 5-fold increased risk of being cognitively impaired without dementia. So they can say you need to go see your eye doctor. Or, okay? Because even with taking this vision optimizer, it states on here to see your eye doctor. Untreated, and we support that. Untreated poor vision is associated with cognitive decline, particularly Alzheimer's disease. The researchers concluded, adding that it's possible ocular disturbances may be precursors, not consequences, of cognitive decline. In addition, leading support to the importance of getting vision problems addressed by professionals, the author of the featured study suggests simple interventions like updating your eyeglass prescription or removing cataracts could give your brain health a boost. Okay. I pause because I think about this one lady who had cataracts, and she had vision. I think it was, I remember, 75/20 in one eye and 35/20 in the other. So she had that laser surgery, and they put a patch over her eye because she's, I think, past 65, maybe even 75. And so she had this patch on her eye for 2 months. Now, Wayne told her about spraying her eyes, but she went on and did the operation anyway. So that 2-month time period, while she had this patch on her eye, they letting the eye heal from the surgery, she started spraying the silver water in the other eye. When it took the bandages and all that off the other eye that they had did the operation on, the vision they went from 75/20 to 25/20. And when they checked the other eye that she was scheduled to have operation on that one, it was also 25/20. I said, wow, Wayne was on point. As for the somewhat surprising link between vision and Alzheimer's, it could have to do with buildup of amyloid beta, one of the hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease. The sequence inflammation of brain plaque leads to progressive decline in cognitive and social functioning. And researchers has also linked amyloid beta depositions to neurodegeneration and the retina. Wow. I can't help but add this nutrient that we use for breaking down plaque in the brain. It's lecithin, okay, that you get from farm-raised eggs. Or we have it in the powder form at Healthwise, and we also have it in the pill form of Healthwise. We always telling the fellas to get lecithin, because, it's an emulsifier. You know how water and oil doesn't mix. You put lecithin in there, it emulsifies. It breaks it down, makes it absorbable. But we tell the fellas to come get the sex pills. That 90% of ejaculation is lecithin. 20% of the brain is lecithin. And we jokingly say the man's how he loses his head over the woman. He's losing his lecithin, his brain. Well, to get this buildup in the brain of plaque, we always thought about, well, taking the lecithin help breaks down oils and plaque in the arteries and the veins. Because, like I say, plaque is fats, and lecithin helps emulsify fats. It's just something else to think about. The amyloid beta has been found in retina, just the yellow color fatty protein deposits beneath the retina, and is a hallmark of age-related muscular degeneration, the most common cause of blindness among the elderly. Amyloid beta has been linked with the progression of AMD, age-related muscular degeneration, whereas perceptual dosing has also been linked to a higher risk of Alzheimer's. It's even been suggested that by analyzing the presence of amyloid in the eye, one may be able to predict amyloid buildup in the brain with a fair degree of accuracy. The amyloid in the plaque. Your eyes may be a window to your brain's health. Aside from amyloid beta, other markers visible in the eye may also offer clues to your cognitive health. Diseases that affect your blood vessels, veins, arteries have long been impacted with cognitive impairment. It appears this may extend to the health of blood vessels in your eye. Researchers using data that span 20 years and involve more than 12,000 people revealed that people with moderate to severe retinopathy or damage to blood vessels in the retina score significantly lower on tests of cognitive functions. Dr. Ralph Bishop of the National Eye Institute, who was not involved in the study, told CNN, quote, if the rectal blood vessels are unhealthy, there's every reason to think that the brain blood vessels are unhealthy as well. The blood vessel supply is essential to all functions, the function of all organs. And so if the blood vessels are unable to do their job, there's no way the brain can be functioning as well as a brain that has a good supply of blood vessels functioning. Again, we get to that lesser thing. Because the blood vessels not functioning because the plaque build up, and we got lecithin was an emulsifier for that plaque. Getting your eyes checked, in fact, can reveal far more than the state of your vision. A skilled practitioner peering into your eyes or hearing about changes to your vision may be able to detect other diseases as well, including diabetes, hypertension, muscular multiple sclerosis, sexual transmitted diseases like herpes and syphilis and HIV, thyroid diseases, somatic inflammation due to lupus or other autoimmune diseases, and cancer. You can see all that in your eyes. And oxygens for healthy vision and brain function. If you're experiencing changes in your vision, you should see an eye doctor or who has to check them out. However, be aware that your lifestyle plays a major role in your vision and brain health, and that includes your diet, and particularly antioxidants, including lutein, zeaxanthin, and xanthan, are your allies for keeping your vision sharp as you age. There's Lutein. And this other one is zeaxanthin. And then the last one is exactin, are your allies for keeping your vision sharp. Now, those are in here, the lutein. Now, they also have eye bright in here. Okay, grapeseed extract is in here. You got vitamin C, multiple B vitamins. You got selenium. Okay, those are the nourishments that's in the vision optimizers. Some of the same thing that's listed on this report from Dr. McCullough. Now, according to American Optometric Association, of the 600 cannabinoids found in nature, only these two are deposits in high quantities in the retina of the eyes. Many studies have shown that lutein and zeaxanthin reduce the risk of chronic eye diseases, including AMD and cataracts. Beyond reducing the risk of eye diseases, separate studies have shown that lutein and zeaxanthin improve visual performance in AMD patients, cataract patients, and people in good health. As an added benefit, those with higher levels of lutein in middle age have been found to have more youthful, natural responses with those with lower levels, which suggests that lutein-rich diet may also keep your cognitive abilities sharp. Lutein and zeaxanthin are primarily found in organic, pasteurized free range egg yolks, like we have at Healthwise, green leafy vegetables. To me, that would be including the stabilized greens, because they got about 25 different foods in there. Some of them from the sea, like spirulina, kelp, doss, suncorella, and some of them from the land. So the dark green leafy vegetables, but like kale, spinach, topping the list of lutein and zeaxanthin rich foods. You will also find it in orange and yellow colored fruits and vegetables. Adding dark blue or purplish, also black colored berries like black currants and bilberries to your diet is another wise strategy, as they contain a high amount of antioxidants. Research suggests bilberry in particular may be effective for preventing cataracts and AMD. Zeaxanthin works double duty for your eyes and your brain. Zeaxanthin is another notable nutrient that has emerged as the best beta carotene for your eyes health and the prevention of blindness. Research shows it easily crosses into tissues of your eye and exerts its effect safely and with more potency than any other carotenoid without adverse reactions. Specifically, zeaxanthin has been shown to prevent light-induced damages, photoperceptive cell damage, ganglion cell damage, and damage to the neurons of the inner retinal layer. Zeaxanthin provides protective benefits against a number of eye-related problems, including age-related macular degeneration, glaucoma, cataracts, inflammatory eye diseases such as otitis, retinitis, retinal arterial occlusion, diabetes, retinopathy. Zeaxanthin also helps maintain appropriate eye pressure, energy levels, and vision acuity. Krill oil is a great source of zeaxanthin that comes with the added benefits of omega-3 fats, which also protective of healthy vision. Now, we need omega-3s. Krill oil is an excellent source. We have a couple other ones at Healthwise. One is called Salmon Oil Plus, which gives you 8 parts of the omegas, omega-3s. I know it's good for a lot of things, but it's the first time I remember it being good for your eyes. Omega-3 fats, which also protective of healthy vision. People with highest intake of animal-based omega-3 fats have a 60% lower risk of advanced muscular degeneration compared to those who consume least amount of omega-3s. For higher doses of zeaxanthin, a supplement works well. We have those zeaxanthin at Healthwise, and it's 4 milligrams per pill. Here he's talking about that if you decide to try it, Dr. Makota recommends starting with 4 milligrams per day and working your way up to 8 milligrams a day, or more if you're suffering from chronic inflammation. Taking your zeaxanthin supplement with a small amount of healthy fats such as grass-fed butter, coconut oil, MCT oil, or eggs will optimize the absorption. As with lutein, zeaxanthin works double duty. It also protects your brain. Researchers found that supplementing zeaxanthin-rich microalgae extract lead to improvements in cognitive functions in older individuals who complained of age-related forgetfulness. Another study found it may help prevent neurodegeneration associated with oxidative stress, as well as make a potent natural brain food. It has been found to reduce the accumulation of, this is called PLOOCH, a compound known to accumulate in the blood, red blood cells of people who suffer from dementia. And scientists now believe that zeaxanthin could help prevent dementia, including Alzheimer's. It's becoming increasingly clear that your vision health and your brain health are intricately linked, and eating right is one of the best ways to protect your brain and your eyes. Can't say enough, man. I can't. The fast food don't have it, y'all. They don't have these nutrients that we're talking about. It tastes good, but is the main thing for eating food because of the taste, or is it to provide nourishment for your cells that when it goes to make a new cell, it got what it needs to make that cell as strong as the way God intended it to function? That's to me, the question is, because we associated food with so many different experiences in our life that is in the past. Well, we live today, and bringing up those associations while we are still here from things we did in the past, and we eat for those pleasures we experienced in the past and not eating for what we know is good for us today, put us in a state of diseases growing in our body, providing, like cancer, loves sugar, and providing that sugar, that food for the cancers that grows. Getting the fats, trans fats from the fried foods and things. That's aiding diseases to function. Versus getting omega-3 fats or getting things like lecithin, okay, into our diet. When you're dealing with the eggs, you want to get the farm-raised eggs, the ones where the chicken was loose on the farm, okay, and that intermingle with other animals, that ate grass. Those eggs is going to have the nourishment that God intended it, okay, because it takes from egg to go from an egg to a chicken on the farm 14 weeks. In these laboratories where they got chickens growing now, it takes 4 weeks. So you know that chicken's not going to have all the nourishment that God intended it to have, and any eggs that it put out is not going to have all the nourishment that our body needs. So it keeps coming up about the raw eggs, but we got the krill oil, we got the xanthan, we got the vision optimizers. You can give us a call at 586-757-DIET. We can give you some more information. This is the first time I ever ran across an article to talk about your vision and your brain and how they're interrelated, and they could tell the state of your brain, the state of your health from your eyes. So eye health is not only the windows of your soul, but it's also windows to your health in your body, especially to your brain. So there are ways to improve. And then we found out that being socialized with other people helps with your brain and your vision. That was something new, too. So I want to thank Dr. Makota for putting this article together. I want to thank you for tuning in, and mainly for sharing this information with other family and friends. Okay, because we're in this together. We each one teach one. That makes such a big difference. So since we're not hugging nowadays, we can say just send some love from your heart to another person. You ain't got to tell them what you're doing. Just send them some love. It's like we do when we hugging. All right, y'all. Peace and love. Thank you.